Being away from your kids doesn't make you a bad parent, right? Sometimes you have to be away from your kids for extended periods of time for reasons beyond your control. Today, in this conversation, I spoke to a lady, a mom who's originally from the Philippines and she lives right now in Canada. And she has made some very bad financial choices. But when we got into the conversation, I got to realize the reason for her choices was because she feels guilty for not having been there for her kids when they were much younger. Take a listen to this conversation and see what you learn from it. And I would love to know what you think about our conversation today and drop them in the comments below.
The responsibility of being a parent, because I thought that I can fill them with this stuff because I missed something out because I was always working out as a caregiver outside, so I didn't really get to see them grow and to really bring them to school. And so I put it in myself as a way to kind of keep that, so that those times that I wasn't there, can be filled in. Maybe it can actually, this is what they need, or it could be a tool to make them be closer to me, because of course it's different to really bridge the gap. It's a big lot of years of not being present as a mom, because I've been working as a main supporter for the welfare, but far away.
So today we have Lilibeth. Lily is originally from the Philippines and you're here in Canada. And you
Yes.
are here on the Finance 101 coaching show. So
Oh, glad to be in your show. I am so honored to be here, and I'm a single mother. It's not easy for me to provide everything.
so what right now what is the situation?
I went into the because it's really big. What I incurred, all my credit cards, about six of them, I go into proposal,
Okay.
a government proposal. So I need to pay my debt in 4 years, 4 years time. But obviously, I didn't go for bankruptcy because I believe that I want to show that I can pay it off. I mean, they did slice half of the amount.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually 40 something. And they have given me about 22 to return for all the credit card I got from banks, and that's in the span of 4 years. So I'm almost in my second year.
And they gave you 4 years to pay it all back.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm almost in my going. I'm half finished going into 2 years, almost 1.5 already paying the
Okay.
my
So
debt.
what do we have to work with? How much do you make?
Uh, Everything increases this time. I need to see whether I can save and put that into a business that might give me extra more, like the money. I don't know what else can I slice off from
Okay.
from all this
Okay.
in card.
What province do you live in?
Toronto.
You live in Toronto. Oh, Toronto is an expensive city. And your kids all live with you?
They do, yeah.
How old are they?
20 and 21.
Do they work?
Yes.
So do they take care of themselves or you still take care of them financially?
They contribute something with some money with the rent, because it's a big slice of all the expenses we incurred. But everything I provided as of now, like internet, food, but they do buy their own thing, like shoes or whatnot, if they want it. And they have their own say to how much they're gonna spend. They have their credit cards, they have their own money coming in, and what they're gonna save. And they have their own thing. I don't really go into how much they wanna save or something. They decide. Each of them gave me around 400.
Okay. So from your kids, you get $800 a month to be able to assist towards the rent.
uh,
And from your own income, how much, what percentage of your income is going towards rent?
80%.
80%? 80% of your income is going to rent?
because it's 2 grand
Okay.
my
And
income.
and your rent is
Two
1600?
gr- 2 grand, 2,000.
Your rent is $2,000 and your income is $2,000.
No, my income is around 3, 4.
Your income is 3,400, your rent is $2,000.
Mhm,
And then so when the kids give $800, it's reducing your amount that you have to pay. So you from your own pocket you're spending $1,200 in rent.
mhm.
Okay, so 1,200 in rent. Are you able to go to a less expensive place?
Right now, there's really nothing like less expensive.
Are you renting or you
In
own?
the, I rent a 2 bedroom because I have a daughter and a son.
Okay. Because the reason I'm going into this is sometimes the amount that we're spending for our kids when they're already adults is more than we should be spending because they are 20 and 21. They should be able to take care of themselves.
Mm. Yeah,
So part of the reason why you have an expensive place is because your kids are there. And I know it's not a from a mom to a mom, it's hard to say, okay, I'm gonna
yeah,
downsize right now because I get it. But sometimes you have to make certain decisions for you. Because what do you think would be the better thing for your kids? Do you think when they are growing much older, they would want to know that their mom is able to take care of herself and she's okay? It's hard as a parent to not spend money for your kids, but it's okay to do that when you have it. You know, when you're in an
I
airplane, they
get it.
say
I
what?
get
Put
you.
on your oxygen mask before you put on the mask for anybody else.
I get you. Yeah,
So sometimes as moms, we forget to put on our oxygen mask.
yeah,
And that's why I'm going into this. I'm looking at your income and I'm looking at the amount you're spending on rent. Okay. 1,200, maybe 1,200 is not you can't get something less expensive than that in Toronto. I don't know. You would have to look at that and see. But if you're
mm,
able to cut back on your expenses even more, then that's where you should start. But if there's no way to cut back on your expenses, then it's about figuring out how do I increase my income
that's true.
so that every additional income you get then goes towards paying off this debt that you have because that's the most uh, urgent thing that
Important.
has to happen for you right now, right? Is the debt going
Right.
away?
Yeah.
Do your kids know
Yeah.
that you have that debt?
They do
Are
because
they
my debt is around 600 a month on the top of the rent plus internet, hydro, transportation, food. So basically, it's maxed out.
let's go down the list. Hydro rent you said is 1,200 from you.
Mm.
Hydro is
About 150.
150. So it's all the other things in addition to this that are $600. Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. Besides the consumer proposal that you're paying on right now, do you have any additional debt?
Just nothing, just the normal one like phone subscription, um, insurance.
That's regular bill. Those are your bills you're paying on a monthly
Yeah, yeah,
basis. I'm
yeah.
talking like so.
No,
Is there
no,
a
no, no. I
car?
don't have.
Is there a
No,
car
I don't have
included in
car.
this loan? No.
No.
So what makes up the loan amount? It's credit cards.
Yeah.
Are you still
Line of credit, and credit cards.
line of credit cards? There's no car in that.
No car. No car.
Okay. Do you have a car or do you don't have a car?
I don't.
Okay. Are you able to increase your income?
I'm working on it.
What does that mean? You're looking for
I'm
another
do,
job or you're doing more hours or what are you
I'm
doing?
cleaning houses on the weekend.
Okay.
So that's every other weekend.
Okay. And that pays
So I
better
did
than does
not
it pay better?
necessarily.
Does it pay better than doing extra hours at your current work?
On the top of it, yeah.
I
Right
think
now,
what I'm more
already
looking at is where can you get the most use of your time, the most money for your time that you're putting in. So if you're able to do more hours at your current job and make better than doing the cleaning on the other side, then instead of spending time on the cleaning, it's more about how can I get more hours at my current work.
I get it. I get it. So that's why I'm in the community of Movie Maker.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to build something for that as well. And I have like online businesses. I sell vitamins and other things in the kitchen, like cookware and purifier. So, but during the pandemic, I stopped. So I just kind of picking it up again and start all over.
Hmm.
Not long ago, about a month ago. So those are the things I think might really help me a little bit to upgrade my situation.
So do you actually do a budget, a written budget every single month?
I do the basic, but not something like as expanded as I could go with everything included.
Hmm.
Like very specific, not that specific. Just something that I know I can spend for when I go for shopping this week, but not as broad as I could, you know, map out everything.
Okay.
I think if I can do that, might see where I can still cut or slash something and keep a bit of it and put it into a bit of my savings because right now there's really nothing for savings.
Yeah. A place where you could start where you might have not thought about it is looking at the things that you have sitting in your house.
Mm.
A lot of times we have stuff sitting in our houses that we don't need or that we don't even use that we could
Mm.
put on the Facebook marketplace and we could sell that.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea.
Are there some things that you have in your house that you could probably list on Facebook marketplace you're not using?
Clothing, old shoes, I think that's
Yeah.
probably what I got. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the like small winter clothes
Yes.
and something like that, like not in use anymore, but just lying around.
Yeah. So you should do that. There are always people who are looking on Facebook Marketplace to buy things like that, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, and especially with kids, like you were talking about, the kids outgrow things very often, and sometimes we have this extra thing sitting in storage in our houses or sitting in the storage place somewhere, and we might be paying for storage. I don't know if that's your situation where you have things in storage and that's one of the things you're paying for.
I think that's really something I have to look in very closely.
Do,
I
do,
do have, but I kind of have like a very emotional attachment to it, something like that. I kind of, oh, I put already, but then I started to go and get it back again.
yeah. So it's I get it for the emotional attachment part, but you have to you ask yourself when was the last time that you used this thing? And
That's a good question.
yeah, and is it really about the thing itself or it's about a story about it? And is there another way that you could hold on to the story about the thing and you give it away or you sell it?
I think mostly are all stories and also like a false hope that might be going back to the size that was there in
Oh
the
my
size.
goodness. So these are your old clothing. No, no, Lilibet, you have to put those things up. I'm
So
sure
it's
you
just
have
like,
pictures of yourself in those things. Take the picture, have those for your memories, and get rid of them.
yeah, it was something that is just not practical anymore because of course with age and with menopause and everything changes in a woman. Size does is the first that got affected, right? So the size two and the size three might not be my size right now. It could be like six.
Yes.
So that's why that was an emotional attachment of not letting go of that because
Hmm.
maybe just by the sheer magic of transformation. But I know that you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, it's just like a win wins.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. So go room by room. You said there were just two rooms, but I'm sure there are boxes and bags sitting somewhere that's got things. Maybe you have some
Hmm.
old shoes, you have some old clothes, you have some old appliances at home that you're not using.
Yeah.
Just go through the exercise of walking through your house and look at anything you haven't used in a long time. And I'm gonna let you decide what long is. But for me, long is like more than 2 seasons. You haven't used it. If you haven't used anything for more than 2 seasons,
Right.
consider consider selling those things. Just get it. You have a phone already. Take a picture of it, put it on Facebook
Mm.
Marketplace. Somebody will come to your home and pick it up and pay you for it. And every
Yeah.
single
I'm not.
dollar,
Yeah.
every
I'm
single dollar
actually.
you get from there, put it to the side to your, if you do, you said you have no savings right now. So anything you get
Yeah.
from there, you want to put that into savings. Put it into your savings account so you just have at least $1,000 sitting there, so that you know that you have $1,000 sitting there in your name. And then if you keep doing the exercise and any additional funds you find, be paying off this debt. But the first thing is put that $1,000 and just let it be your money you could look at and smile and say, "Oh, I have $1,000 sitting in my bank account."
You know what? Just thinking about it right now, just kind of have the feeling of it. It's so liberating. Like you said it like that. It was very lighter.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it. Yeah.
So what are you gonna do today?
I'll scan the
you
closet.
you
I'll
scan the
scan and
closet, okay?
put it in the bag already. I'll take a picture before I put it in the bag.
Yes. Scan the clothing today. Take your pictures, put them up. Or don't just take the pictures. As you're scanning, anyone you see that you haven't worn in a while, take the picture and put it up on Facebook Marketplace right away.
Mm.
It doesn't matter how much you list it for. It's gonna do two things for you. It's gonna give you the freedom of knowing that you're able to let go of something. And then on the second
Hmm.
side, it's gonna bring you some money.
Yeah.
Even if it's not much, it's gonna bring you some money. I remember when I started doing this exercise myself, I had
Oh,
clothing for
really?
my kids. Yes. I had clothes for my kids that were sitting in the house. Nobody was using them because they'd outgrown them. And I took pictures and I put them up on Kiji on Facebook Marketplace. And people started messaging me, I want this, I want that. And it was so exciting for me to see that, wow, somebody actually wants the clothes that my kids had worn before. But I ended up making, at the time, it sounded like good money, but it was good money for it. I made more than $600 just from selling things that were lying around the house. And so to me, it's like, wow, what else is sitting in this house that could be money that should be sitting in my bank account, but I'm just attached to it and I don't want to let it go.
Amazing. Yeah. I believe that. I see a lot already just by just looking around.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna do that
That's
today. Okay. Okay. And and then what else? What else do you think you could do?
well, I went into challenge with Coach Terry, and I'll go and make a landing page. And I know this has been a year or so that I really didn't sit on it, and so intentionally I have to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, because I was thinking, oh, what if I just put it, but it doesn't resonate with me, or something like, oh, what if I people like question? I mean, something my mind was kind of playing on me,
Hmm.
but I just need to do it. I mean, I got to do it. Not that I just need, I get, because that's my open door for something I might not know, right?
Yes.
Maybe the start of something bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now I just want to give you the opportunity to talk about what your landing page is all about, because somebody might come and watch this video who needs exactly what you're offering to them.
So actually, I'm a helper, a caregiver. So I work in someone's house, like someone who wants to employ me, so I live there. But right now, because my kids is here, so I go home at night. But in the beginning, when I first started to do this, I was just 22, and I don't really know the expectation nor the amount of work someone like me is expected as the helper.
Mhm.
So I'm full of excitement, but doesn't really know what I need to bring with me, what I need to carry with me, nor what is the expectation of the employer that I might be living with
Mhm.
for 2 years. So I'm creating like a tools toolkit. So it was uh, put in a bag. Like one bag is for um, whatever you need, like preparation things that you might need. So that's one bag. And I will kind of expand on that three items there. And the second kit is the safety kit
Yeah.
because I could be younger than 22. I could be 18 from Indonesia or Thailand. So what is my safety kit? My safety kit could be things that is important that might not be able to just lose it or anything like that, like the passport, like a little bit of money, like people I know in that place where I'm going, right?
Mhm.
Government bodies that might connect in case something happened to me, right?
Yeah.
Like those things. And then the last part is the fun kit, which is not all work. You got to have fun, right? Too.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I kind of expand into that three bags toolkit. And so my name to put as like
Your
and then
website?
I will go daddy. Yeah.
GoDaddy. Okay.
Yeah. So I chose a name, Lily knows
Lily knows
best.com.
best. Wow. Okay.
Because because I've been in the business for almost 30 over years.
Mhm.
And so that's the just the kind of summing up of it, but it has a lot of course, I will go detail by detail on it. So
Yeah.
that's my landing page is to to travel as an outpour. Like,
Yeah.
what are the needed things that you can bring with you with, as a young outpour?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that,
Your experience would definitely be of service to people who are looking to
yeah,
start in the same career that you are working in, doing the um personal care, the
exactly.
health, the self-care, but live in
Hmm.
caregivers, and it's living
Hmm.
caregiving, right? So
That's
I
right.
wouldn't know anything about that. So it's great that there are people like you out there who are able to then share this information. So think about that goal that you have. Think about what it
Hmm.
would mean to you to be able to help other people to launch their careers in
Hmm.
being what you are, how you're raising your family and being doing the same thing as you're doing. Just think about
Yeah.
that and the impact that you want to create in the world, right? And
Hmm.
when you are holding on to things of the past, like the clothing that you don't want to get rid of, just remind yourself, whenever I'm saying yes to this clothing, I'm saying no to my dreams of what I want to do, what I want to become. The more
Yeah.
you're holding on to the ways of doing things, getting more into debt, for
Mm.
example, or any of the things that are keeping you exactly where you don't want to be, the more you say yes to that, the more you say no to the version of you that you want to be, which is out there helping people to create their to do this healthcare, the personal care, not healthcare, to do personal care and all the things that are in your heart to do, right? So think about that. And
Absolutely.
anytime it feels more difficult, anytime it's like I can't do any more hours. I can't do this. I can't do that. Think about it. You're saying yes to this tiredness right now, but you're saying no to yourself, to the future. So think
Hmm.
about that and make any sacrifices you need to make. Just have that at the back
Yeah.
of your mind so that you can make those sacrifices and know that it's worthwhile for you.
Yeah, and this is just a beginning. It's just like just a starting point. How to be, but there's still a lot. There's also I'm doing my book. I know my books is like long overdue
Okay.
as it was being put into an open to make a as a project with um who is it, the one we had like a guest that
Kira.
uh Kiara, yeah. So it's actually almost a year already, but I'm still doing it, and I got to finish it because I was launching it by my birthday next year.
What date is that?
So January 29,
We, we,
2024.
we are just 4 months,
Almost 4 months, yeah.
4 months away. So yeah,
I've started
make it
already.
happen.
I'm almost in the middle of it, and it's yeah, just got to rub it up
Hmm.
and make it into the make it outside into the into out there the story. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you got
So
this. You got this. Just go take one step at a time, one day at a time. Today, your
mm,
homework, like you said yourself, is you're
yeah,
gonna take those pictures today, put them up on Kijiji or put them up on Facebook Marketplace and sell them and take that money and put it into your savings and just let it sit there. Get it up to a thousand
yeah,
dollars and know that you have something sitting there for yourself. It's just for you. Just that's your oxygen mask. Put on. It's not a lot. 1,000 is not a lot, but at least it's a start for you to know that if I can do 1,000, I can do two. If I can do two, I could do more. So you
mhm,
start from there and then you keep going.
yeah. Just now I post something in my Facebook and I said nothing is by accident, right?
Hmm.
We are all put here or being called for a divine purpose,
Yes.
and I'd be shortchanging God if I didn't really rise up to my calling. And I know I got to deliver.
You got
Yeah,
this.
thank you. I mean, I with Movement Maker and everyone like you and most of the mentors and coaches that was there was
Hmm.
really a good place to grow and not to be stunted by fear and feeling small and feeling not enough. And I think I see myself as now as I started before, really far away from that woman that just hiding in the curtain.
Yeah. Made progress.
I do.
Right. Right. Progress.
Slowly,
It's
yeah.
it's about progress. So long as every day you're getting better,
Mm,
even if you aren't there yet, you're not where you used to be. So there is hope and you're gonna keep working on it and you're gonna get better.
for sure. For sure. There are days that I it's me against myself because of course I have lots in my mind and like being broken and sometimes it's resurfacing and the putting you a little bit pulling you,
Hmm.
but it's one step forward, two step backward.
Let's do two steps forward and one back. Let's reverse that. Two
Okay,
steps forward and one back. So we're
I
going
love
ahead.
that. I love that.
I'm gonna send you a free resource after this, which is a dead snowball sheet that you can use
Okay.
to if it's helpful to you to be able to put in your debt and everything and so you can see how you're paying off on it, as well as a budgeting template that I use. It's a free
Mhm.
app that I've used for a long time. So at least once you have that and you have it in your phone, then you can kind of keep track a lot more. Because for me, I always see if you don't have that awareness, then you really don't know what you're doing, right? But if you create the awareness, then you can make decisions from that place. So I'll send you both resources after this. If you want to use them, by all means, go ahead and use them and go from there.
Thank you so
You are
much.
welcome. Thank you for
I
coming on.
receive it. Thank you too. It was a pleasure to always be your guest, and I feel like I have a big sister. Knowing that coming to this country, it's like being in the forest. It
Yes.
could be taken by the big uh what's that, the bear,
Yeah.
and mauled by the I, attacked by the bear. But if someone's there to really guide you, like you being here
Yeah.
first before me, that's really like a light in the darkness.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'm glad. I'm gonna continue putting out content out there to help because sometimes it's just a little a little information or a little perspective that we're missing, right?
Mm.
It's that little shift
Well,
that will
just
help you to do for
that's
yourself.
right. Just
So, yeah.
just now when you said about the message that you were in a mastermind and you see this lady there, just barely few months here, and just making it like, she's rocking it out. I mean, I feel something in me get tickled there, right? Hey, you too, you could rock it out. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I've stayed in touch with her actually. I'm glad that I made a connection with her.
Hmm.
Yeah. If more newcomers can have that opportunity to do things like that, to be in spaces like that, then
Hmm.
their journey is going to be so much easier because you could ask, how did you get into 40 something $1,000 in debt? Like, it's because of the situation or the circumstances that you were in and you got yourself to that place. Yes, you made choices, but I'm sure you must have felt like those were the only choices that you could have made at the time. So it's how do we guide that for more people so that they don't
Mm.
get into that place before they're struggling to get out of that hole.
That's true. That's true. I didn't know you before that. I was kind of like, when you went into a new country and you think that you could be like a child that you could play everywhere, you kind of just go and go and go. And that kind of feeling, that I just go and go and go and nothing say, hey, don't do that.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to have someone that will say that, because that you will kind of stop and think, oh yeah, I'd be probably in the big fit already. I might fall in without even saying, someone saying, hey, don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So I wish you all the best, Coach Ida. I see you too. I see your growth. I see uh, your heart for all the newcomers, and I appreciate you even now as I talk to you for you know giving hope, not just hope, but life after death.
Wow. That's deep. Well, thank you, Lily. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Nothing is going to be staying in that place, right? Everybody can get out from that. I know it's a deep pit.
If you're willing to get out, definitely you're
Mm,
able to. It takes work, but that's why it's important to have something that's pulling
that's
you
true.
out of it. And so it's always, what is it that's your bigger why? What is your bigger thing that's pulling you, that's gonna
Mm,
make you now to want to get out of this hole that you're in? And sometimes it could be your kids, or sometimes it could be your mission, sometimes it could just be something
mm,
else, just the desire to be free. But you have to have that thing that is pulling you to want to get out of it.
truly,
Yeah.
truly. You're not just giving a band-aid, but you're giving a solution, so that band-aid doesn't work. You just kind of cover it up, right?
Hmm.
But you have the solution to be healthy and not have that deep cut, right,
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And consumer proposals are, in my opinion, it's a band-aid because it's not solving the root cause of the problem. But it's a band-aid. It
Exactly.
helps, but to know the root cause of the problem is to go deeper. Is why are we spending the way we're spending? What are some things that we could actually change so that
Yeah, and I
things
noticed some people is still being branded by the band-aid. When you take the other band-aid, there's like a mark of the band-aid. even getting up from it, you're kind of branded by the bunny because you've been into that. I don't like that kind of thinking because nothing can brand you. I
Explain that.
think that.
I didn't get that.
I mean, for someone like me, like I go to proposal and you said it was the kind of bunny, right? And even if you get out from it, like you kind of pale everything, and but you feel like the bunny is still there, like it
Yes.
kind of mark you up, right?
Yeah.
And your mind was kind of toying on you and said, yeah, wherever you go, you gotta like a bunny of that, and it dampen you to really achieve more because you are having this kind of thing before. But I don't like it. I don't want to be banded by that. Truly, I got into that, but you can always, from that situation, you can always spring into another kind of a person who say that you deserve whatever it is, because the world is for us to for us for the taking, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make you into a box of this situation, like So s- me myself, the one thing that I've been with that, I know it helps me, but it doesn't make me a proposal woman. I mean, I've been there, but it doesn't make me that person. Right?
Yeah. It doesn't make
Um,
you feel more worthy of yourself. It's just it feels like a handout. It feels like
mm,
it's a helping hand, but it's not showing you how to create a life for
mm,
yourself going forward. But it's
for sure,
I get what you're
liberating
saying.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I- just the thought of what can I do to not get into this place anymore. It's more what I'm looking at,
mm,
which is yes, what can I do to change my situation so that I don't get into this place anymore? And so that's why I'm telling you to look at things about putting your oxygen mask first before trying to put that for everybody else. And so start to
that's
do
right.
those things. Um, you said your kids are already aware, so that's good. But sometimes just bring them more into the whole conversation, let them know what is going on, and they are usually more aware than we give them credit for. But they want if you're pretending to be okay, they're gonna let you pretend to be okay, but they know and they want
Mm,
if mom opens up to us and tells us this is the situation now, we have that permission to have that conversation with her. But they're waiting for you
yeah,
to invite them into the conversation. And so it's sometimes
yeah,
about taking that leadership position among them. Yes, you're the mom, but sometimes you still need to be reminded to be like, okay, bring them into this thing, let them know what is going on, let them know how you would like them to help in this situation so that you can all get out of it, right? And yes, it's
yeah,
not their responsibility, it's yours. Just like it's not your responsibility to care for them anymore, it's theirs, but you're doing it. So it's about bringing the whole family into the conversation. Your grocery bills could probably be way less if they were not at home, but they're there. And so
mm,
it's 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 they're paying for themselves but not really. And so any extra dollar that you're spending on things that is not just for you, it's going to somebody else whom you love, which is great. It's going to them. But at the same time, it's like, what's the balance between trying to put on your oxygen mask, getting yourself out of a hole, and trying to be there to be of service to your family? There's that balance that always has to happen while for you to thrive, for you to get yourself to a position where you know that um I'm doing good by me.
mm. I get that. That's kind of getting out from the big pin of the responsibility of being a parent because I thought that I can fill them with this stuff because I missed something out because I was always working out as a caregiver outside, so I didn't really get to see them grow and to really bring them to school. And so I put it in myself as a way to kind of keep that so that those times that I wasn't there, can be filled in. Maybe it can actually, this is what they need, or it could be a tool to make them be closer to me, because of course it's different to really bridge the gap. It's a lot of years of not being present as a mom, because I've been working as a main supporter for their welfare, but far away.
I could understand you feeling guilt for not being
Yeah,
there and wanting to
absolutely.
compensate for the guilt by
Exactly.
giving them stuff.
Mm,
But you need to give yourself that permission to recognize that the reason why you were away was to be able to provide for your family. And so by not
yeah.
being there, you were showing them love in a different way. Yes, you would have loved to be there, but it was a choice between being there physically and not being able to provide, or being away
Mm,
physically and being able to provide for them financially, which there's never an easy way to balance that. But you need to recognize that that is what is happening here, and don't beat yourself up for it by trying to overcompensate right now for what didn't
mm,
happen years ago. You're there with them
yeah.
right now. They're here with you right now. Meet them right where they are. They should meet you right where you are. Recognize that everything that has happened, but everything that happened led to them being present right now with you. And you can only take it from here. You can't go and overcompensate for anything that didn't happen in the past, because you took care of them. You showed them love. And you showed them love
Mm,
by not being there physically so you can get the finances to take care of them otherwise. You didn't neglect them, you just couldn't be there.
mm, yeah,
And now that they're with you, don't beat yourself up.
yeah. Yeah, thank you. That was very freeing. I feel a bit lighter in my heart, because it was something that I think all the time. When I deprive them of something, maybe it's um yeah, the guilt was coming in, right? But you are right. You are right. Might not be able to take care of them well if I'm also depriving myself and putting myself into the pile of a lot of stuff, right? So
Exactly. Exactly. Kids watch us. If you take good care of yourself, they would be inspired by what you do and they would want to take care of
yeah,
themselves in a different way.
exactly.
But if they see
That's
mom
true.
doesn't take care of herself, then who cares? Like not like who cares, but like what are we modeling? And a
Mm,
different kind of rebellion shows up, which we don't realize is because they don't have something to copy.
hmm. That's true. That's true. And I don't want to be someone that will one day burst out and kind of explode like everything that will,
Yeah.
which might not be good too, right? So I don't like that. That's that's preventable.
Yeah. You can have a
Yeah.
conversation with them if this means sitting down with your kids and having a conversation to talk through
Mm,
what you feel in terms of you felt like you were never there and this is the guilt you've been feeling. Like if it's gonna help to have that conversation with them, then you should have it with them, just so you can take it
mhm,
off your chest to let them know that you are aware that you weren't there physically, but you know you were there in this other way. And just it's not like there's a specific outcome you're looking for, but it's really just to have that
mm,
conversation and talk about it so it's freeing for you.
mhm. That's true. That's a very good perspective there. I will do
Great.
that.
You got a lot of
Thank you
homework
so
today.
much.
You're
I know.
welcome. You have a lot of homework. I want to see those things
Yeah,
listed on Kijiji and on Facebook Marketplace. Let's get you
yeah.
some money in your bank account.
Yeah. I go for the app of Carrot.
Okay.
Carrot is like a neighborhood selling
Okay.
and kind of exchanges. I just find it that sometimes people, when they see it's a bit far, they might not be able to take the stuff. But I will try it again because I stopped for a while. I've been there for almost 3 months, and then I stopped. I didn't get active.
Look, it
So
doesn't cost you anything
I'll
to put it up on the Facebook.
no,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
picture on your
definitely. I
phone.
believe.
It doesn't cost
I
anything. If
believe.
somebody messages and
I,
it's sold. Just put it there.
anyway,
I have
I
a friend who
believe
was
that.
driven across town to go and get something because it was a vintage piece that she wanted, and she drove across town
Ooh.
to go get it. So you never
Okay.
know. Put it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm getting fired up here. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great evening, Lilibeth.
You have a great evening too. I taking so much of your time, but I appreciate you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.